Carson Jones gets set to kick off for the Rebels from the West 40, kicking right to left. Carson Jones, the ball's teed up at the 40. Trying to get the numbers back deep to receive for Neville. Max Hunter is one of them. Last game at the Bayou Jam, it gave him trouble. Here's the kick. It'll be fielded at about the 1. He slips down, gets up at the 5, 10, 15, has a seam at the 20, 25, breaks the tackle.
He's got a lot of room.
He's across the 35, now the 40, trying to get to midfield, and he does. Across midfield to the West Monroe 45-yard line. So an outstanding return that time by number 22, Joshua Hopkins, the 5'7" running back, junior running back for the Neville Tigers. And last time, guys, at the Bayou Jam, 2 kickoff returns for the Neville Tigers put West Monroe's back against the wall in the same kind of start tonight.
Yeah, and actually the returner slipped. His knee almost went down inside the 5, maintained his balance, and the knee didn't hit the ground. And had he been able to hit the seam a little quicker, might have scored.
Jordan Thomas, number 10, the quarterback, senior quarterback for the Neville Tigers in the shotgun. Max Hunter, the running back, to his right side. There's an up back, number 85, in the backfield as well. Mitchell, the senior tight end, 230 pounds, a big target for the Tigers. In the shotgun, is going to send Mitchell to the up back position, takes a snap, hands the ball to Hunter. Hunter up the middle, trudging forward. Gain of about 2 yards, just a pile of bodies there at the line of scrimmage. And so a gain of 2 yards on first down to bring up second down and 8. The ball is spotted at the West Monroe 42-yard line.
Yeah, Stanley, that's what they call big boy football. You just line up and go toe-to-toe, put a hat on a hat, and see who's better.
You're right, Jim, and they ran right at big number 99, Dalvin Hutchison.
Second down and 8 as Thomas is in the shotgun with Max Hunter to his side. He takes the snap. He's going to hand the ball off to Hunter again, and he's hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Again, the Rebel defensive line getting in the backfield. That's Ethan Swanner, Tanner Zordan coming up from the blitz along with Luke Bell on the tackle. It's going to bring up third down. They're going to give him a gain of 1. So third down and 7 for Neville.
Yeah, they just ran right at Ethan Swanner. Probably been the best defensive lineman over the last several weeks for West Monroe. And Swanner and Hutchinson in their defensive tackle have held up on first and second down.
Thomas in the pistol formation for Neville. Max Hunter behind him at running back. He'll take the snap. He'll fake the handoff. Roll out. He's going to throw a dump pass to number 15. He's got room and tackled from behind. Malcolm Moore with an outstanding effort to tackle the running back from behind. It's Cade McCarty, the tight end. So it's a play-action pass, and they dump it off to McCarty. He's going to be a yard short of the first down. The ball is spotted at the West Monroe 35. They got to get to the 34.
Folks, and you don't know how good this play was by Malcolm Moore. He initially came at the quarterback, redirected. When he realized it was a screen pass to the tight end who had lined up in the backfield, and he ran him down from behind to stop him short, just short of the first down marker.
Neville will go for it on fourth down. Thomas will take the snap. He'll hand the ball off to Hunter, and he'll get across the 35 to the 34. It looks like he will have enough for the first down.
He broke a tackle.
He sure did. He broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage and fell forward, and they're going to give him a first down, about a football length past the chains. And it'll be first down for Neville at the West Monroe 34-yard line.
Impressive run by Max Hunter, the transfer from West Monroe. And, you know, that's what you've got to do against a great defense. You've got to break tackles. The Rebels were there, had a man in position to stop him short, but Max Hunter would not be denied.
Thomas in the shotgun is going to send a man in motion. That's the big tight end, number 85. Takes the snap. He's going to look to throw. He has time. He's going to throw this one deep in the end zone. He's got a man open, and it is dropped. It hit the receiver in the hand. The ball just kind of floated in the air, and the receiver met the ball at the peak, had a chance to catch the football that was intended for number 22, Joshua Hopkins, and he dropped the pass.
That should have been 6, folks. I mean, it was a great route. It appeared that the receiver was going to run a corner route, and so he gave a little move to the corner, and then he broke it to the post. The defender went to the corner route, and he was wide open. Nobody near him. The ball hung up. He just didn't catch it.
Bounces out of his hands, 2nd and 10. Thomas takes a snap. He's going to run left. A design run play. He's wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Nice play that time by the defensive back coming up. Trying to get a number
It's Colton Harvey guy.
Colton Harvey comes up from the safety position on a blitz and makes the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and long for Neville. 3rd and 11. The ball is spotted at the 35-yard line. 8:50 remaining in this Mitchell's Body and Frame first quarter. No score.
Yeah, this is the position the Tigers don't want to be in. 3rd down and long against a defense that can really rush the passer.
3rd long, 1 tight end set, 2 wide receivers to the near side. Tom takes the snap. He's looking to throw. He'll throw this one deep as well. There's separation down there, and the pass is broken up. Zach Knox on the pass breakup, as there was some hand checking going on as the ball got to the receiver. But I will say, guys, it looked like maybe the receiver pushed off before the ball got there. Knox able to recover the pass intended that time for number 13, Tavis Butler.
Yeah, and Butler ran a little wheel route out and up, and he was open on the play. Once again, the ball was had a little too much air under it.
The ball's just been kind of floating on the deep passes.
It hung up there. He didn't lead him. The receiver had to come back for it. And once he did, the defender was able to get there
Neville
and break it up. And the Neville wants to punt.
They want to punt.
The only problem is they don't have the punter.
And the play clock will run down to 0.
Not
That's
a big
got to be a
problem,
delay of game, and they'll call it. So Neville was lined up to punt, did not have a punter. So the punter gets out there, and that's going to back him up 5 yards. It may actually work out for him to give him some room here.
Yeah, didn't that happen?
It happened in the
last
college
week.
games.
They were getting ready to kick a field goal, and they couldn't find the field goal kicker.
I believe maybe it was Wake Forest. They lined up to kick the field goal. Had to take a timeout because they didn't have a kicker.
And then he missed it.
McCarty on the punt for the Tigers. He's lined up, and there's more movement at the line of scrimmage. The Rebels got an early start, but they may have been forced to jump offside or reacting to some movement by the Tigers, and the referees will discuss it. The punter is standing back at the Neville 45, and they're going to back it up.
Yeah, the key is, did the Rebels come across the line? They did not.
So the Tigers flinch, backing them up another 5 yards. So it's back-to-back 5-yard penalties for the Tigers.
And actually, this works out to Neville's advantage now. The punter can kind of get his leg into it, try to get it inside the 20.
McCarty's been averaging over 40 yards a punt. He'll take the snap, and he'll kick it from his own 45. It's a line drive punt. It'll bounce at the 10. Hamburg picks it up at the 2.
He's in trouble
to get around the defenders. He's back at the goal line now. Now he plants, and he goes to the far sideline. 15, knocked out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Hamburg picked the ball up and went backwards. He actually got in the end zone.
Yeah, one time he was inside the 5, then he was in the end zone.
It looked like trouble for Hamburg Stanley as he was able to recover and plant his foot and make up for it for about 15 yards of the return.
Well, guys, I tell you what, if he almost, it would have been a safety if it had got him. I mean, he went into the end zone. Watch it right there. His foot stepped in, but then he reversed back and able to get probably 16, 17 yards out of the return. So not a bad return, but as Coach Arledge calls him, he's a riverboat gambler back there with the punt return.
The Rebels start in 2 tight end formation, Common under center. Ball is at the West Monroe 19-yard line. He takes the snap. He fakes the handoff to right. He's going to throw the ball deep. He's got Hamburg down the field, and it's incomplete. Here comes the flag. Number 2 for Neville, Carl Edmonds, was on the coverage on Hamburg. And they're going to throw a flag now for pass interference. So the Rebels play action pass and throw it deep. Common, the ball landed at the Neville 45-yard line. So a deep throw. And pass interference will be the call against the Tigers.
I love the call, though, on first down, the opening play, offensive play for West Monroe. And they try to get the ball to the fastest man on the field in Hamburg. And look at what it paid off. And Coach McCarty saying, hey, where's that interference
That's
call
right.
on the other side? You know, we missed one, or you guys missed one on that last series, but now the Rebels have some room to breathe.
So the ball spotted at the West Monroe 34. Common will back up into the shotgun. Caden Pierce at up back. He'll take the snap. He'll toss it out to right to the far side. He's got running room across the line of scrimmage. Gain of about 4 as he steps out of bounds at about the 40. But really at about the 39. So they'll give him 5 yards on the carry on the toss sweep. They ran to the short side of the field, the far side towards the Neville sideline. The gain of 5. 2nd and 5. 8:02 left to go in this first quarter. Brought to you by Mitchell's Body and Frame. There's no score. First possession for the Rebels.
Yeah, a couple of good blocks that time by the fullback Caden Pierce and the tight end Rylan Green.
2 tight ends set for the Rebels. Commons under center. I formation. He takes a snap. They're going to run the option. Common will follow his fullback Pierce up the middle. He'll fall forward for about 2 yards, maybe 3.
Well, they gave him a lot.
They did. Common, the tall 6'5", is he, quarterback for the Rebels, and he falls forward for a few yards. It's 3rd and short, 3rd and 2. The ball spotted at the West Monroe 42-yard line.
He just has a knack for getting that extra 2 and 3 yards. And you look at the play and you say, how was he able to do that?
6'3", 192-pound quarterback. Common under center with 2 tight ends. He takes a snap, tosses it back to right. He's hitting the backfield, but escapes. He's got room, 50,
big room.
45, 40. He gets to the 30. He's going to go all the way, folks. 10, 5, touchdown, Rebels.
We got a flag.
There's a flag back that may be a face mask, guys. As they reach for Cameron Wright in the backfield, they grabbed his face mask. And he broke the tackle anyway, and he was off to the races.
This is reminiscent of the Jamboree.
That's
the
right.
Rebels had a big play early with Cameron Wright, scored the touchdown. Here comes the call, but we think it's going to be a face mask against Neville.
Here's the call, personal foul, face mask against the Neville Tigers. That penalty will not matter. Actually be assessed on the kickoff, guys. As Cameron Wright breaks the tackle, rushes for 57 yards. And the glasswork touchdown. And the Rebels are on the board first.
Well, guys, I thought where it was thrown, and 2 of them were thrown, I thought it might be a hold, and I was holding my breath, but I'm thankful y'all saw the face mask there. The great kick-out block by the backside guard there, a really good block there.
Yeah, and it was just a great job by Cameron Wright, not being really brought down by the face mask.
Reese Altman on with the extra point. It's up. And it is good. The Rebels lead 7-0.
Kilpatrick's provides guidance to create meaningful ceremonies to honor the life of your loved one. You'll receive exactly what you selected. Others may offer you one thing and provide another. Your family's interest is our first priority. We offer individualized services to fit any need. Kilpatrick's provides service, facilities, and prices second to none. Kilpatrick Serenity Gardens offers many beautiful settings.
Choose wisely.
Choose Kilpatrick's.
The Copeland scoring drive. 3 plays, 81 yards. 1 minute and 2 seconds taken off the clock. There was a few penalties. A 15-yard penalty on the pass interference to start the drive, but it was capped off by the Cameron Wright 57-yard touchdown run. And the Rebels lead 7-0 with 7:12 remaining.
Yeah, the Rebels going to kick the ball from the Tiger 45. So look, potentially for the Rebels might come up with the onside kick. Not a lot to lose here.
That's right. Carson Jones set to kick off, as Jim said, from the Neville 45-yard line. And he's just going to go ahead and kick this one high and into the end zone. So the Tigers will take over at their own 20 after the touchback. First quarter brought to you by Mitchell's Body and Frame. Primetime sponsors tonight: Family Doctors of Nela, Tom Sanders Building Mart, Zaxby's Monroe and West Monroe, Ronnie Ward Toyota of Ruston, and Stryker Orthopedics. We're thankful for our sponsors of tonight's ball game. Touchdown brought to you by Glassworks of West Monroe, and the scoring drive brought to you by Copeland's. So the Tigers will take over on their own 20-yard line after the touchback, and Thomas will be in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers, and number 85 at the up back position, that's Mitchell. 5'11", 230 pounds, big target at tight end. They will go to the tight end at times. Hunter in the backfield alongside Thomas. Thomas will take the snap to high snap. He's going to run the option to the left side, and he'll gain of about 3. He had Hunter out there for the pitch, but he decided to keep it and take it upfield. He got 3 yards on the carry. He's 2nd down and 7 for Neville.
And Neville going with the hurry up, trying to run as many plays as they can, hopefully, late in the game to try to wear this defense down.
Thomas in the shotgun for the Tigers. Max Hunter in the backfield alongside. Number 13, Tavis Butler, and number 22, Joshua Hopkins. at wide receiver for the Tigers. Mitchell, the tight end, is in the up back position. Thomas is now in the pistol. He takes the snap. He's going to hand the ball to Hunter up the middle. He's got some running room. Gain of about 4. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Tigers. So the Tigers sticking to their game plan, trying to run the football in between the tackles right now.
Well, that's their identity. They're a running football team. They've taken some shots tonight, and they've had opportunities, but they haven't cashed in on those opportunities yet. Hunter had a big game last week. He was a high school hero, and he had over 100 yards rushing, almost 100 yards receiving in one half of football.
Thomas is in the pistol with Hunter behind him. He'll take the snap. He'll hand off to Hunter again, and no running room. Met in the backfield that time by Ethan Swanner. Swanner having a heck of a game so far with a tackle for loss that time. First 3 plays of this series, the Tigers trying to run the football, not having a whole lot of luck. So 4th and 5, and McCarty, no relation to Coach McCarty, back to punt for the Tigers. Back deep to receive for the Rebels is Michael Hamburg. Here's the deep snap. It's a good one. He's going to get the kick off. It's off the side of his foot. It'll bounce it about midfield. Still bouncing at the 40, across the 40. It'll be down at the West Monroe 38-yard line. So a good punt. Actually, back deep to receive that time was Nobi Harris for the Rebels. Looked like number 16, actually number 19. So Nobi Harris trying to get some action in the return game for the Rebels.
Yeah, a little surprising. And Hamburg looked like he wanted to go on the field for this possession, but they're going to keep him on the sidelines for now.
Yep, Hamburg will stay on the sidelines, and the Rebels will be in a tight end set. Twin wide receivers to the far side. The ball's at the 38. 7-0 Rebels. 5.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Common takes a snap, hands it off to right up the middle. He's going to push forward for about 2 yards. So the Reed handoff that time actually maybe looked like a designed handoff up the middle to Cameron Wright, and he'll get 2. 2nd down and 8 for the Rebels.
Yeah, that time Reese, number 95, was able to penetrate that offensive line, but once again, just not able. The first guy's not been able to bring Cameron Wright down. That's been the problem early in this football game for Neville.
Sounds like a new challenge for our statistician Jordan Guillo, yards after contact. Common in the shotgun, takes a snap. He's going to hand it to Wright. No, he's going to keep it up the middle. Not a whole lot of running room. He dropped the football, but I think he fell right back on top of it. I don't know if that'll be.
It was right beside him as he's on the ground. Luckily, he just put that arm out and acting like nothing happened.
Gain of 1. Bring up 3rd down and 7. So Coach Hunt knew this defensive front for Neville was going to be difficult to deal with. This young offensive line for the Rebels. So far, though, a big play on the opening drive of the game. 4:25 left to go in this first quarter. Rebels lead 7-0. The Rebels will stay in the shotgun with Garrett Common. Cameron Wright to his left side. Common takes a snap. He's going to look to throw, pumping. Now he's going to have to pull it and run. He's got some running room. 45. He's across midfield and runs out of bounds at the Neville 43-yard line. And that's a Batteries Plus and Bulbs first down. First downs tonight brought to you by Batteries Plus and Bulbs. Has the exact battery or light bulb you need right when you need it.
Yeah, that time Common looked to his right, wanted to throw the ball, but it was great coverage. And then he immediately went back to his left. There was a seam. The defensive end went a little wide on the pass rush and created a gap, and Common ran right through it for a big first down.
A frustrating play for the Neville defense as Common had nobody open, was able to escape the pocket and get the first down. Ball spotted at the 43. Takes a snap to low snap. He'll grab it and throw a pass. The pass looked like it was deflected.
Wow. At
the line of scrimmage, nearly intercepted that time. Number 2, Carl Edmonds on the coverage. The pass was intended for number 2, Jerry Day, at a 5-yard route.
Yeah, the ball was tipped by the defensive end, and then Day went to get it. So did the defender. It was tipped. Day is on the ground. He kicks it up with his knees, and then the defender and Day still almost were able to catch that football. So a lot happened to the football, and it bounced awfully funny on that play.
The Rebels will spread it out. Ball at the Neville 43. 4 wide receivers. Common will send Wright out of the backfield in motion. He'll look at Wright. Now he'll run it. Design quarterback draw. He's across the 40. Breaks the tackle. 35. Across the 30. Down at about the 29, 28-yard line. Garrett Common on the quarterback keeper, and that's a Batteries Plus first down. Common's helmet came off. Jim, so he's going to have to come out of the ball game for a play.
Carson Jones quickly checks in. Common's okay. He just, when he went to the ground, and I don't know how that happens these days, but it did, and I think they're going to take a timeout.
We got an injured Neville Tiger on the field. That's number 2, Carl Edmonds. He's been all over the field tonight. He looks to be shaken up on the play. He'll make his way off the field under his own power.
Yeah, he went low that time as Common trying to make the tackle on Common, and I think he got that head kind of bent down. They tell you not to do that. You got to keep your face and your head up, and hopefully he looks to be okay. But just something you don't like to see, those defenders when they lower that head, that helmet, when they go to make the tackle.
Common will have to stay out of this play even though there was an injury timeout. His helmet came off the previous play. 3:52 left to go in this first quarter. Rebels leading 7-0. And driving. Ball is at the Neville 29. Commons in the shotgun. One tight end. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it to Wright. I'm sorry, that was Jones at quarterback. And Wright is wrestled behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. Ball spotted at the Neville 30. So Common will come back into the ball game at quarterback.
And so will Hamburg at receiver.
Michael Hamburg, the electric wide receiver, leading wide receiver for this Rebel offense.
Tremendous speed.
Track star for the Rebel.
Runs a 10.5 100 meters. 10.5.
He's been certainly a good weapon for the Rebels thus far. 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end with an up back. Common is in the shotgun. Ball at the 30. He takes a snap. He's looking to throw. He's got a man over the middle. He's at the 10, 5. Stretches for the goal line. Touchdown. Ryland Green, the tight end, on the pass from Garrett Common. And the Rebels punch it in once again on the touchdown pass.
They just didn't anticipate, Stanley, throwing to the tight end.
No, they didn't. And that's that old set we used to run a lot, and a beautiful pass by Garrett Common to Ryland Green. And, guys, he was wide open. In fact, if you look at the replay, we had 2 guys wide open. But a great call by offensive coordinator Glenn Hunt, and pinning the extra point by Reese Altman. And it's missed.
It's off the upright, the right upright. And so the Rebels lead 13-0. That touchdown brought to you by Glassworks of West Monroe. The choice is clear, Glassworks. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Rebels 13, Tigers nothing.
Hello, I'm Stanley Dupuy. You may recognize my voice on the radio, or you may see me on the Rebel playbacks on the sidelines on Friday nights. But what you may not know is that my real job, I work at Dupuy Flooring. If you're ever in the need of any type of flooring, whether it be wood, tile, stone, or carpet, please give us a call. We service just about any type of flooring, whether it be residential, commercial, or industrial. At Dupuy Flooring, we proudly support the West Monroe Rebels.
Jordan Guillo, our statistician, with the scoring drive. Here comes Reese Altman with the kick. It'll be a sky kick. He'll settle under it at about the 22. He's going to run it 25, 30. He's got a seam at the 40. Across the 40, down to about the 42-yard line. So once again, good starting field position for the Tigers. So every time they've been able to return a kick, guys, they've had positive momentum. The only time they haven't returned it was that touchback. So good field position for the Tigers.
Well, guys, it seems like the opening kickoff, we kicked it deep, they bobbled it, and still had about a 50 or 60-yard return. Then we try the sky kick, and they get 20, 25 yards out of that. So they're doing a really, really good job, Neville is, on special teams on the kickoff.
Thomas will come in at quarterback in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers now for the Tigers. Tanner Staten in the ball game. He had a big game in the Bayou Jam. Thomas will take the snap, run the option to the left side. He'll keep it up the middle. He won't get much. Gain of about 2. Tanner Zordan and Luke Bell there on the tackle. So great defense that time by the Rebel linebackers to make the stop on the option play. Thomas had Hunter out as the pitch man on the option, decided to keep it.
Just not much room for the Tigers to run right now. Got to be a little bit frustrated, down 13-0. And, you know, they've had a couple opportunities in the passing game, just haven't connected.
Thomas will stay in the shotgun alongside Max Hunter. He'll take the snap. He's going to look to throw. Looking. He's going to throw the ball deep. He's got a man open at the 30. It's caught. 25. Wrapped up and brought down inside the 20. So they finally connect on the pass play that time. Number 42, Gooden, the wide receiver, sophomore wide receiver on the catch. And so a nice throw and catch by the Neville Tigers. And they finally connect, and they're in the red zone at the West Monroe 19-yard line.
Yeah, excuse me, that's I think that's 48. I had him as 42. Sorry about that, Rick. That's Dorsey on the catch. Let me tell you, though, Thomas
Dorsey
with a great throw, and he took a tremendous hit from Dalvin Hutchinson just as he released the football.
Trips to the near side. Thomas in the pistol will take the snap. He's going to hand the ball off to Hunter, and he's hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Still moving forward, though. He'll stretch for about 2, maybe 3 yards. Tanner Zordan on the stop in the backfield, getting a little chippy down there at the line of scrimmage with the Neville offensive line. 2nd down and 8 at the 17.
Yeah, and it's critical, I think, right here for Neville to score a touchdown to kind of get back into this game.
Trip wide receivers to the near side. The ball is on the far hash. Thomas is going to look to throw. He's looking towards the end throw.
He's got a man.
Throws it across the middle. It's incomplete. Here comes the flag. And the pass was intended for Butler. The ball sailed way over his head, guys. It looked to be uncatchable to me as the receiver wasn't prevented. He was able to jump and make an effort towards the football, but the referees are going to throw the pass interference call.
Yeah, it looked like Carson Jones went up and did a great job. Kind of hard to see where the pass interference, and we have the benefit of instant replay, and we watched it live as well as on the replay, and just weren't able to see what the official did.
And that'll put the ball down at the West Monroe 8-yard line. So 1st down and goal now for Neville. 1:08 remaining in this first quarter. West Monroe leading 13-0.
But the Tigers get a break, and they need to take advantage. West Monroe, I think, has shocked them a little bit, Stanley. I don't think Neville felt like he was going to be 13-0 in the first quarter.
Thomas in the shotgun. 2 running backs to his left side. It's Greeley and Hunter. He takes a snap, rolls out the pass, looking back to the opposite side, throws it up for Hunter in the end zone, and it's incomplete. Nice defense that time by Carson Jones. The ball hung up in the air, and Carson Jones was able to recover and knock that pass away. Nice effort.
Yeah, that was a beautifully designed play that time. The quarterback kind of rolled to his left. Hunter snuck out of the backfield, came all the way back to the right in the right corner of the end zone, and the ball, again, a little bit too much air, but great recovery, as you mentioned, Rick, by Carson Jones to knock it away.
Neville comes to the line of scrimmage. 2 running backs. That's Greeley and Hunter in the backfield with Thomas. 2nd down and goal from the 8. They look to the sideline as they change the play. 1 wide receiver. They're going to send the big man Mitchell in motion. He's going to take the snap, hands the ball to Hunter up the middle, and he's going to be drugged down at about the 7. Gain of 1 as he was hit immediately in the backfield. Andrew Gleason on the stop for the Rebels. The clock is under a minute here in this first quarter.
Well, you can't stop trying to run, Stanley, but the rush yardage, it's just not coming easy against this Rebel front 7.
Well, we talked about it before the game. I mean, nobody thus far in the first 4 games has run the football effectively against West Monroe. Let's see what happens on 3rd down here.
3rd down and goal. The ball spotted at the 8. They're going to say no gain on that 2nd down play. Trip wide receivers to the near side. Max Hunter in the backfield alongside Thomas. He's going to take the snap, and the play will be blown dead as penalty flags come flying in. We may have a delay of game, and guys, if so, that's a big penalty. It is. Delay a game against the Tigers, and Coach Mickey McCarty is livid over there across the way.
Well, it's 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line, and against this Rebel defense, you almost have to throw it there. But now at 3rd and about 13, 3rd and goal from the 13, they have to throw it. So look for that defensive front to pin its ears back and get after Thomas. Somebody's going to need to get open pretty quick.
13 Butler out at wide receiver alongside Staten, number 84. The big tight end, number 85, Mitchell. Watch for him. They'd like to go to him in the red zone. Thomas will be in the shotgun. 12 seconds remaining in this first quarter. He's going to take the snap. He's going to look to throw. He's going to be rushed out of the pocket. He'll have to heave one up.
It's up
and
for grabs.
Jump ball in the end zone. It's intercepted. Intercepted by
Miller.
Guess who?
Brooks Miller.
Brooks Miller with his 5th interception in as many games for the Rebels. And the Rebels with a huge turnover in the red zone to prevent the Tigers from scoring there on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, Thomas, he's been doing a great job, but the ball, you just can't. Now, if it's the end of the game and you've got to score to win, you can throw the ball up for grabs like that. But, look, You can't do that. You needed to come away with points. They would have kicked a field goal, cut it to within 10. Now, you know, they lose all that momentum, and the Rebels get the ball back, and Neville hasn't stopped them yet.
That's right. Great coverage that time by the secondary. Andrew Gleason was bringing the pressure on Thomas. He actually did a really good job of pulling off the quarterback as he let go of the football. Garrett Common will be in the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. He's going to take the snap. He's going to fake the handoff and keep it up the middle. He's got room. Makes a move out across the 25 to the 26. A gain of about 6 yards, and that'll be the last play of the first quarter. First quarter brought to you by Mitchell's Body and Frame. We'll take a timeout. Into the first quarter, West Monroe 13, Neville nothing.
For over 25 years, Car Wash West has been providing customers with superior service. Car Wash West is the only Castrol Premium Lube Express in North Louisiana. Our certified lube techs have the knowledge and expertise to provide great professional care for your car. Every oil change comes with a free car wash to keep your car looking its best. Car Wash West provides added convenience. Enjoy breakfast with a gourmet coffee or grab lunch while you wait in our retro cafe. Car Wash West, where we not only take care of your car, we take care of you.
It's a 6, 2nd down and 4 for the Rebels at their own 26. Common takes the snap. He's going to hand the ball to Wright, trying to get to the outside, and he's wrapped up. Nice tackle that time out on the perimeter, trying to get a number of that defender, but nice play. Cameron Wright trying to get to the outside towards the boundary. I think the tackle was made by number 28, Tansey.
Loss of a yard.
And so it'll be a loss of a yard. 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, Tansey, he stopped that time Wright from picking up an easy first down. It looked like Wright had got to the corner, but Tansey just made a superb play.
Yeah, great tackle. If he misses that tackle, Wright's off to the races. 3rd and 5. Neville brings the blitz. Common stepping up to throw. Great protection. Throws it. And it hits Hamburg in the hands at the 45, and he wasn't able to hang on.
And if he catches that, Stanley, he might still be running.
Well, if he does catch that, he's taking that into the house. He was at full speed, and it's just beautiful pass thrown by Garrett Common. You couldn't have threw it any better. Split the defenders well. He just did not bring the ball in when it hit his hand.
Well, number one, great protection. Rick, you mentioned the Tigers brought pressure, but the offensive line for the Rebels gave Common a clean pocket, and Hamburg was in the slot. The slot receiver ran a little quick slant, a little post route, and he beat his receiver, the defender, to the inside, and had he held on, it would have been 6.
Peyton Todd on the punt. It's a good snap, and he gets a long, high, hanging punt back to the 30. Hunter drops the ball to 25, picks it up, slips a tackle. No, he's brought down at the 21-yard line. Tackle made by the snapper, Caden Pierce, who gets down the field on the coverage with Max Hunter. So a huge punt that time by Peyton Todd, excuse me. Caden Pierce was on the tackle, so Neville will take over at their own 22-yard line. 11-10 left to go in the second quarter. Second quarter brought to you by Vanguard Realty Group.
Yeah, and just when you think the Tigers are going to get decent field position for the first, on that possession, you get a booming punt by Todd and a misplay by Hunter and a great tackle by your deep snapper, and now they got 79 yards or almost 80 yards to go.
Ball spotted at the 22. Thomas is in the shotgun, takes a snap. He's going to hand the ball off to Hunter. Hunter's got some running room. 25, tries to get across the 30 and does.
Tough run.
Still rolling forward at about the 32, maybe the 33-yard line. So a gain of 13 on the first down run. Gain of about 11 on the first down run by Max Hunter, the ex-Rebel running back, transferred over to Neville last year. And that'll be a first down for the Tigers.
And by far the best run of the night for Neville.
Absolutely.
So that's a good omen for them.
2 wide receivers, a tight end, and an up back. Thomas will take the snap. He's going to roll out the pass. Still looking. Nobody there. He's going to be sacked. He actually kind of fell down on his own, but Andrew Gleason was bringing the pressure that time for the Rebel defense, and that's going to be a loss of about 6 yards.
Yeah, he had 3 Rebels that really cornered him in the middle of the field. There was nowhere to go. Gleason was one. Number 91, Dontrell Cobbs was one of the others. And then you had that guy that just can't be blocked, and Ethan Swanner. So, once he didn't get the ball away, those guys didn't leave any room for him to scramble.
2nd down and 16 for the Tigers. The ball at their own 27. He's going to take the snap as Thomas. He's looking to throw, being flushed out again. He's almost wrapped up, slips another tackle, still scrambling, and he finally goes down. 5 Rebel defenders in the backfield that time. Cobbs, Gleason, Swanner, Hutchinson, and also the safety, Colton Harvey, was back there as well. So the Rebel defense making Thomas run for his life. Harvey with the initial pressure, and Big Hutchinson also making him scramble as well, the big man. Showing off some speed.
Yeah, Stanley, I think he was trying to throw a little screen pass, but they had the running back covered too.
Right.
There's a handoff to Hunter, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Loss of about 1. So they tried to hand the ball to Hunter to get outside on the speed sweep. Dontrell Cobbs with the contained tackle out there on the edge.
Well, that was a great play by Dontrell Cobbs, and he was kind of on an island as a defensive end right there, and he did the string out drill, Rick. I know you're familiar with that very well. And he played that just like you would play it in a string out drill. Great play by Dontrell Cobbs.
Ball spotted at the Neville 16-yard line as they have 3 wide receivers. Max Hunter in a tailback behind Thomas in the pistol. Thomas will take the snap. He'll hand the ball to Hunter. No, he's going to keep it, try to go out to the right side. He's getting across the line of scrimmage, and he's driven out of bounds. Gain of about 2, maybe 3. Zach Knox with the tackle out of bounds. So good coverage that time on the Rebels. It looked like Thomas maybe had some running room to the outside, as Zach Knox was able to close up quickly. 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, nice little spin move that time by Thomas to get outside of Cobbs, but he didn't get far.
3 wide receivers. Go ahead, Stanley.
Got a little injury update. Moncrief is out. Got a little knee injury, so Bell's in his place.
Thomas in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands to Hunter, and he's hit immediately.
Guess who?
They can't block him.
They can't block Ethan Swanner as he got off the ball, and as soon as Max Hunter got the handoff, he was hammered. So Ethan Swanner with the tackle for loss. And he just they tried to pull
a little swim
blocker, and he got in his hip pocket and made the play behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10 now for Neville. A loss of 2 on the play.
When you have a defensive tackle that quick and that strong, it's almost not fair.
3 wide receivers for Neville. Thomas will look to throw. He's looking, throws the ball to 13. He's got it caught at the 15, 20. Slips the tackle down at about the 25-yard line. He's close to the 1st down. The pass was complete to Butler. It looked like a little slip screen. And there's a penalty flag down in the backfield.
We may have roughing the passer, guys.
Yeah, that's going to keep this drive alive if it is. Personal foul, he said against against Neville, but I think
it's against the Rebels.
West Monroe.
So a late hit on Thomas. They said roughing the passer is the call, and so that's going to tack on 15 more onto that gain of about 9. He was a yard short of the 1st down. It would have been 4th down and 1, but the penalty keeps the drive alive for the Tigers, and they have the ball at their own 40. 4 minutes left to go in the 1st half. 13-0 Rebels.
And again, that pass just floated a little bit high, and it took a while to get to the receiver. He had to jump up to get it, come back down with the ball before he could start to run, and that caused him to come up a little short of the marker, but the penalty gives them the 1st down the easy way.
They're going to send a man in motion from right to left. That's number 22, Hopkins. Thomas takes the snap. He's going to look to throw. He's looking for Hopkins down the sideline. He's double covered. And the pass is nearly intercepted. Nobi Harris on the coverage as the ball, like Jim has talked about, just kind of floats in the air. And Nobi Harris, it hit him right in the hands. And the pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, let me tell you, the Rebels got away with one there. They kind of pushed the receiver before the ball got there, and so he wasn't even in the play.
2nd down and 10 for Neville. And yes, there was definitely early contact there on the Tiger receiver. We watched the replay. Here done fine job by our TV crew, replay crew here at Rebel Stadium. 2nd down and 10 at the Neville 40. He takes the snap as Thomas. He's going to hand to Hunter, and he's hitting the backfield. Loss of about 2 yards on the play. Big Dalvin Hutchinson back there on the stop alongside Luke Bell. So Big Dalvin, guys, and you watch Big Dalvin Hutchinson on film, he gets double teamed, triple teamed all the time, and he's just very, very difficult to block. Very strong young man.
Well, he opens, he keeps his linebackers clean so they can make plays, but even when he's double and triple teamed, he still makes plays like he did there.
3rd down and 12 for Neville. The ball is at the Neville 38-yard line, and the crowd gets on their feet cheering on the Rebel defense. Thomas is in the shotgun. He takes a snap. He's going to look to throw. He's flushed out of the pocket. Now he's grabbed and sacked. That's Ethan Swanner on the quarterback sack. You thought Thomas was going to get away from his grip, but Swanner was able to grab the jersey and bring him down for the quarterback sack on 3rd down. It's now 4th down and 20.
I got to tell you guys something. I got to confess this. I told Ethan Swanner last week we were trying to decide if it was the MVP on the defense between him and Brooks Miller, and we gave it to Brooks because of the 2 interceptions, and he gave me this look and he says, I'll make sure that it'll be decisive next time. And I'm telling you, Jim,
he's on his way.
He's on his way right now.
McCarty back to punt for the Tigers. It's a low snap but no rush. He's going to get the punt off. Zach Murphy will let the ball bounce, and it'll keep bouncing. Now he's going to pick it up at the 30 and take a knee. So he kills the ball at the 30, right at the 31-yard line. So the Rebels will take over at their own 31. 1:57 left to go in the first half. Rebels leading 13-0. 2nd quarter brought to you by Vanguard Realty. And the Rebels will come out and try to get something going on offense. The last few drives have been hard to come by. Yards have been hard to come by for the Rebel offense the last couple of drives.
Well, Ethan Swanner, we watched the replay once again. I tell you, that man is just playing, young man is playing at such a high level. Goodness gracious, week in and week out.
The Rebels will spread the field with 4 wide receivers. Common takes the snap. He's going to look to throw. He throws it out to Hamburg, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, Hamburg's got to come get that ball. He felt like the ball was a little bit low. Looked like he just didn't give a lot. He didn't give a Hamburg effort.
He kind of gave up on the play as the ball was thrown out to the near side, to the Rebel sideline, and it falls off the hands of Hamburg.
Running a little tunnel, a slip screen, as you like to allude to, where the receiver comes straight back to the quarterback. The ball was thrown a little bit low, but you keep coming, you catch it, and then you turn up the field and run, and he just didn't come and real hard and catch that one.
18 was on the coverage for Neville. That's Cagle. Here's the snap to Common. He's going to throw it out in the flat to Wright, and he's hit hard in the backfield. It'll be a loss of about 4 yards. So they tried to swing pass out to Cameron Wright, trying to get him in space, and he's hit hard and knocked. They're going to keep the clock running. It looked like he went out of bounds, but the clock will stay running at 1:35.
Yeah, that's
3rd down and 14.
Good for West Monroe. Tansey once again on the stop. So
good football player.
Yeah, he's played well tonight, and so the Rebels, they came out on this drive, I think, wanting points, so now they got to think about just running a little clock and not giving the Tigers time.
3rd down and 13 for the Rebels. Common in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Cameron Wright in the backfield takes a snap. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be still on his feet. Thought he was going to be sacked at about the 20. Stayed on his feet out of the hands of the defender. Got to the 25. It's still a loss of 2, and Neville will take a timeout. That's your guy, Franklin.
Well,
on the tackle.
He's my guy because we keep calling his name. Folks, they're in the shotgun. I mean, they're 5-6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and then they run that little read option where the quarterback decides whether to give it to the running back. Only one running back there. He either gives it to the running back going one way, or he runs it the other way. And for the last 3 or 4 times, it seems like Franklin has been right there almost to take the handoff.
So the Tigers defense has found some adjustment that's worked after the first 2 drives where the Rebels put up 13 points. It looked like the Rebels were going to be in full control of this ball game early on, but it's been 13-0 since about midway through the first quarter. Still 13-0 with 1:08 left to go in this first half, as Neville has taken a timeout, and I think maybe they have one, maybe 2.
I think they got one.
They got one timeout remaining, according to the video board.
LaCamion Franklin, like that first name, LaCamion Franklin, a 6'1", 210-pound defensive lineman. He's a senior. But, boy, he is quick.
And so the Rebels will come on 4th down and about 15. The ball is spotted at their own 25-yard line. Peyton Todd on to do the kicking for the Rebels, and you may see the Tigers come after this one.
Yeah, it would not surprise me. They need a big play any way they can get it.
The Tigers are overloaded on the left side. Here they come after the punt. Todd gets the punt away. It's a high hanging punt, beautiful punt by Todd, and Max Hunter will call for the fair catch at the Neville 43-yard line. So great punt, nice protection that time by the Rebel punt team. And that special teams coming up big right then, avoiding the block. 1:02 left to go in the first half. 13-0 Rebels.
Important now, though, for Neville to get points. They've got to get something, I think, from a point standpoint out of this drive. 1:02, as you mentioned, Rick, to go in the first half. They've got a timeout. They've got time, but they've got to find a way to give time to their quarterback so he can either find a lane or throw it down the field.
Thomas is in a quarterback for the Tigers. 4 wide receivers. Max Hunter in the backfield with Thomas. He's going to take the snap. He's going to look to throw. He's got time. Throws it out towards the sideline. It's complete. First down, gain of about 11. Pass caught that time by number 13, Butler, the senior wide receiver. Gain of 11. And they're into Rebel territory at the Rebel 44-yard line. 57 seconds remaining in the half. He got out of bounds, so the clock is stopped.
A good-looking receiver, 6 foot, 175-pound senior Butler is.
4 wide receivers for the Tigers. Thomas is going to send Hunter out of the backfield in motion. He's going to swing it out to Hunter, and Hunter slips down. And there's a scramble for the football as the referees are going to call it a lateral. The ball was thrown behind Hunter as he slipped down, and they're going to call that a backwards pass. And so the clock will keep running. It'll be thrown. It'll be a fumble. The Tigers are able to recover the football, and now with 30 seconds left to go in this half, 2nd down and 20, maybe 21.
Yeah, that certainly was a close call, tough
Here
call.
Comes the screen pass. It's complete to 45, 50, 45, 40. He's got running room, 35. Slips the tackle to the 25. Still making tackles down at about the 16, 15-yard line. Number 48, Dorsey on the reception, and the run after the catch was very impressive, making guys miss down to the Rebel 15-yard line. So the Tigers in the red zone. Thomas will get under center and spike the ball. 14 seconds to go in the second quarter, and so some life now for the Tigers right here at the end of the half, Jim. And you talked about, as far as momentum in this game, the Tigers got to get points out of this drive.
I think so. They've got maybe 1-2 plays here to try to get it before they'll have to kick a field goal, but just a great execution on that tunnel screen. In fact, the tunnel screen was what the Rebels were trying to run with Hamburg. But with that big pressure that the Rebel defensive line was getting on the quarterback, it was the right call.
4 wide receivers, trips to the near side for Thomas. Ball is at the 15. He's barking signals. He looks to throw, throws it out to the left side, and the pass is incomplete. The pass intended for number 22 for the Tigers, Joshua Hopkins. And so an incomplete pass on first down. Or bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers.
Good coverage by Luke Bell, guys. He was right on him. Just a really good play by Luke Bell.
Yeah, it didn't like that route. About a 5 or 6 yard route in the middle of the field with not much time to go. I think they need to take shots in the end zone.
3rd down and 10. They spiked the ball on first down. An incompletion on 2nd, and the Tigers will be in the shotgun. Thomas is looking to throw, throws it towards the end zone, and the pass is caught. It's caught down. They're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line. What a catch by number 13. I believe that's Butler. What a catch. The ball was thrown behind him, back shoulder throw. He turned around in full extension, makes a beautiful catch down at they're going to mark him down at the 2.
And what do you do? What do you do here? You had to take I think they stopped the clock momentarily.
They stopped the clock to move the chains.
6 seconds to go.
No, they're not moving the chains. So 1st and goal at the 2. 6 seconds to go, and they're going to bring on the field goal unit. I'm not sure why the clock is stopped, because the Tigers didn't take a timeout. 6 seconds left, and they're going to come on for the field goal. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. Gordon Wilson, the kicker, connects on the 20-yard field goal. And the Tigers, they called it a touchdown, guys. The scoreboard's showing 13 to 7.
No wonder they didn't run
Stanley,
the clock.
did he get in the end zone?
It looked like he crossed the plane when he caught it. Watch the replay, guys. It looks like the left foot.
See that.
The left foot looked like it was on the white plane. I guess.
Yeah, but the ball's got to be in the end zone. It's got to cross that plane.
Well, I couldn't see the ball, but I saw his foot right there. If they'll show it again, but I thought that'd be ball in the. I mean, I thought that was a field goal, but yeah, that really changed.
I missed it, guys. I thought he was short.
Here comes the replay.
Of the goal line as we watch it.
The replay. Yeah, the ball is called.
The ball
just
is caught
at about the half-yard line.
The referee.
He did. He came down with the ball that crossed that white plane.
So
we
missed it.
A tremendous play. We apologize for that. We thought he was down at the one, and they had to use their last timeout to kick a field goal. And that's why we didn't see the timeout call. But just a great individual effort by Butler to get Neville back in this football game.
What a catch and stretch for that goal line. As we watched it on the replay, it looked like just live. We didn't see the referee signal touchdown. It looked like he was down. His knee is down inside the field of play, but the ball is over the goal line. So it's a correct call by the referee. And it's 13-7. Here's a sky kick. And the Rebels will call fair catch at the 25. So 6 seconds left to go in this first half. So the score is 13-7. As we just couldn't quite see the referee's signal on the touchdown.
But it was indeed a touchdown, and it was a great drive at the end of the half by the Neville Tigers. And that's just, that's reminiscent of the Tigers. They get blown out in game number one. A lot of people write them off, but these guys just keep coming back at you. And it looked like, they're on their way to get blown out of this football game. And, folks, they're right back in it.
The Rebels will line up, and looks like they're going to be set to take a knee. And Common will take a knee and run this clock out. This Vanguard Realty second quarter is over, and the Rebels lead 13-7 at half. Big touchdown by the Neville Tigers. With 6 seconds left to go in the first half, they get points on the board.
Hi, I'm Carol Hanks. I'm Raised Tire Pros. We've been here since 1979, been here almost 37 years. We're proud to be locally owned, and our family's a part of this community.
At Raised Tire Pros, we cover tires, wheels, brakes, chassis, AC, alignments. If there's something wrong with your car, just call us.
As the Tire Pros dealer, we offer nationwide warranty that protects you down the road. We try to make it convenient for our customers. If it's a shuttle to work, just to make it easier for them.
The free roadside assistance makes me feel safe.
We take pride in everything we do because my family's name is on it.
We really appreciate the customers that have done business with us. We're constantly training and updating our technology so we can earn your trust.
So for tires and service you can trust, visit Raised Tire Pros on Cypress Street, 1 block from West Monroe High School.
Russell Moore Lumber has been serving the people of North Louisiana with building supplies for over 40 years. Russell Moore delivers quality building materials for quick projects, like simple remodels to brand new constructions. We also believe in providing the best customer service to everyone who does business with us. Russell Moore Lumber, part of this community and proud supporters of West Monroe High School Rebel football. Wishing the best of luck for the rest of the season.
So a very special halftime here at Rebel Stadium has concluded, and the teams have taken the field as the Neville Tigers get set to kick off this second half. Rebels leading 13-7. Good ball game right now as the Tigers scored with 6 seconds left to go in the first half, and the sideline for the Tigers is amped up, trying to carry over this momentum from the end of the first half. Third quarter brought to you by Master Lube Express and Car Wash. And here's the kick. It's an onside kick. The ball's bouncing, and there's going to be penalty flags. It was recovered by the Rebels. Number 5, Michael Worley, on the recovery of the onside kick. And there's going to be offsides against the Tigers.
Well, that's a break for Neville, because the play doesn't apparently count. They have to kick it now from the 35, but an outstanding play by Michael Worley. He was not fooled at all by the onside kick, and they say that young man, that senior, has some of the best hands on the team. He showed it right there.
He did. The surprise onside kick by the Tigers is negated by an offsides penalty, and they'll back it up 5 yards now to their own 35. So the Rebels now ready for maybe another onside kick, but the surprise element you would think is gone.
Yeah, if they kick it onsides again, I'll be shocked.
And here they go with the kick, and it's a sky kick. Going to be taken at about the 30 to the 35-40. He's got some running room, tries to get across the field from right to left, and he's taken down at the 41. That's Michael Hamburg. Fielded that kick, and so good field position to start this second half for the Rebels, and the Rebel offense looking to get something going.
Yeah, and that's what great special teams will do for you. A great return game, that is. It'll force teams to take chances, and the Rebels have great field position because they're afraid to kick it deep to these great returners for West Monroe.
So the Rebels will come out at what looks like in the I formation, and they'll try to get a man on Camion Franklin, who's been disruptive in the backfield.
Good luck with that.
So 2 wide receivers, I formation for the Rebels to start this second half. Common is under center. He takes the snap. It's a toss sweep to right. He's across the 40. He's tripped up to about the 42. So he gets tripped up in the backfield, was able to fall forward for a couple of yards, bring up second down and 8 on the play. The Cameron Wright. Common is in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers and an up back. Common takes a snap, and they're going to blow this play dead. I think they snapped the ball before the referee was ready for play. And a little miscommunication on the refs as Common is telling the head referee that he's told me it's time to go.
Well, and once you put the ball down,
that's right.
I mean, the center's able to snap it. It should be ready to go. I don't think the 25-second clock was working, and I think that was the problem. It is now,
Rebels were looking to pass, and now they'll change the formation to an I formation. 2 wide receivers and a tight end. Tight end to the left side. Common under center. Here comes a blitz. They're going to toss sweep to right. He's hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Nice play that time by number 43. That's Iken Tenkill on the tackle for the Tigers. Tigers brought pressure that time, Jim. Got through the line of scrimmage, and he was hitting the backfield. Still no gain on the play. Got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just a great job of pursuing on that toss sweep. And the Tigers defended it well, and Caden Pierce quickly checks back into the ball game.
Pierce back in at the up back position. 3rd down and 8 for the Rebels. The ball is at their own 43. Common will take the snap. He'll fake the handoff to right. He'll try to go up the middle, but there's not a whole lot of running room. Still trying to power forward. And he'll get about 3 yards, and it's 4th down and 5. So the Tiger defense comes out in the opening series and only allows 5 yards. The Rebels tried to run the ball 3 times and not a whole lot of running room.
Well, yeah, they were going to pass, but play was blown. The play was blown dead twice, and so they went back to the run both times. And yeah, you get the ball at your own 41, you advance it 5 yards, and you have to give it right back to start the second half of play, not the start or the beginning of the second half you wanted.
There's the snap to Peyton Todd. He gets the punt off. It's a good punt once again. Hunter will take it at the 15, and he'll go backwards. Still fighting, and he's wrapped up and brought down about the 14-yard line. Caden Pierce on the tackle, the deep snapper on the tackle for the Rebels, and so the Tigers' backs will be against the wall here. They'll spot it at the 15, giving forward progress of 1 yard on the return.
Yeah, dangerous. I tell you, these punt returners for both teams a little dangerous. They're taking chances, and fortunate for Hunter, he didn't lose that football because he had 2 Rebels all over him as he
very risky
caught
play.
The punt.
Very risky play, but it worked out for the Tigers. And Thomas and a quarterback. He's got an empty backfield, and I believe the Tigers.
Well, he's not supposed to have.
Yeah, as Max Hunter is coming onto the field late. Play clock's at 10, so they have time. And now the Rebels will shift out of a blitz. Here comes motion. He'll hand the ball to Hunter up the middle. He'll fight forward for about 3 yards. As Max Hunter with a hard run that time.
Yeah, I'll say they needed him too.
Yeah.
He wasn't
hard
on the
to run
field.
a play to your running back when he's not in the ball game.
So, but a decent pickup of about 4 on the play. So that's a real positive play on first down for Neville.
9:23 left to go in this third quarter. Brought to you by Master Lube Express and Car Wash. Rebels lead 13-7. Thomas is in the shotgun alongside Hunter. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff. He tries to go forward up the middle, and he's going to be tackled for about a loss of 1. So that defensive front closing up those holes fast, Jim. Dalvin Hutchinson.
Yeah, just nowhere to go. There was no push by the right side of that offensive line. That was a keep all the way by the quarterback, and he was running to his right behind his guard and tackle, and just no push whatsoever.
Third down and 6 for Neville. Thomas will be in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers and a tight end. Here's the snap. He's going to look to throw. Throws it quick. He's got a man. It's complete, but he's going to be 2 yards short of the first down. Pass complete to number 84, Tanner Staten. An accurate pass that time by Thomas. He got rid of the ball quickly, but short of the first down.
Well, the pass, though, Rick, he ran a little quick slant. The receiver did. The ball was thrown kind of, he's running towards the center of the field. It was thrown toward the sideline, so he had to kind of go to the ground and lean toward the sideline to catch the ball. When he did, he wasn't able to keep running, because if the ball was thrown on time, he would have been able to catch it and easily pick up the first down.
The Tigers will punt. The punter is at his own 10. It's a line drive punt back to Murphy. He'll take it right at midfield.
Well,
and they're going to blow the play dead because Tanner Zorden,
the up man called for a fair catch, and he didn't catch it.
Tanner Zorden calls for the fair catch, even though Murphy caught it behind him, and he would look like a wall of blockers to the near sideline. They're going to call a penalty.
Yeah, you can't call or signal fair catch and run with it. So what was going to be really good field position is not quite as good. Rebels would have had the ball at their own 49, and now it's going to be back to about the 42, 40.
They'll spot it at the West Monroe 42. So a tough break for the Rebels that time, or I should say a costly mistake on special teams.
Yeah, because it looked like Zach Murphy had some room to run, too.
He did. So the Rebels take over at their own 42. Common will be in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. The Rebels will spread the field. Here's the snap. He'll hand it off. No, he'll fake it to right. He's got running room up the middle. He'll cross midfield. Tackled by his ankles at about the 46-yard line. But that's enough for a batteries plus first down. So a first down for the Rebels on the carry by Common up the middle. The fake handoff to right. He found the seam and got the first down. Ball is spotted at the Neville 47.
Just the old read option that time, run to perfection by Garrett Common, the junior quarterback for West Monroe.
So the Rebels spread the field with 4 wide receivers. Maybe trying to take some guys out of the box. The Tigers are showing pressure. Here they come. He's going to hand the ball off to right. He's got some running room. Nice cut back to the inside, gain of about 5, and you could see that line of scrimmage moving forward as well, Jim, when Cameron made that cut. And that line of scrimmage moved forward, gain of about 5.
Yeah, he was going full steam to his left, put on the brakes, and went back to his right because he saw that right side of that offensive line really pushing that defensive line for the Neville Tigers backwards.
Rebels lead 13-7 with 6:52 left to go in this third quarter. Common will be in the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. He's going to send Hamburg in motion from right to left. He takes a snap, hands the ball to right.
Wow.
He's hitting the backfield. It's going to be a loss of about 1 yard.
Surprise, surprise.
And that's number 92, LaCamion Franklin, in the backfield again for the Tigers. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 now, the loss of 1.
Well, I like this kid. Man, he has played well.
He's got
sometimes,
a great motor.
when you play, he's a defensive tackle. Sometimes when you play on the end, they don't block you, they read you.
Right.
And he's still creating havoc. He's a left defensive end, but goodness gracious, he's just in the backfield.
3rd and 6. Common takes a snap. He's going to look to throw, throws it out. The pass was intended for Holloway, and it's incomplete. Threw it out of the reach of his arms. And Holloway didn't really have much of a chance to catch that one on the timing route. The ball was overthrown. So 4th down and 6 for the Rebels, and the punt team will come on the 6:04 left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, the timing not there on the timing route. And if the Rebels have to punt it here, that's 2 opportunities in great field position, unable to take advantage.
Peyton Todd on the punt. It's a good snap, and he gets this punt off. Max Hunter's drifting over at about the 5. He'll take it at the 5, trying to get some return yards.
He's got it.
10, 15. Going to get out past the 20, knocked out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. So Hunter caught the ball again in traffic, was able to make a man miss and get past the 20-yard line as a referee will signal a timeout. This is the hydration timeout. 5:52 left to go here in the third quarter. West Monroe leading 13-7. The Tigers will have the ball when we come back in 30 seconds.
As a Tire Pros dealer, we have a nationwide warranty that's covered anywhere you go.
That's one thing great about our customers. A lot of our customers are like family to us. We're proud to be locally owned, and our family's a part of this community.
We stand behind everything we do because my family's name is on everything that goes out the door.
The free roadside assistance makes me feel safe.
If there's something wrong with your car, just call us.
So for tires and service you can trust, visit Ray's Tire Pros on Cypress Street, 1 block from West Monroe High School.
Pretty good crowd. A lot of folks from the community out to watch this ball game tonight as the Ouachita Lions are on the road.
Yeah, a lot of people listening to the game on the internet and on the airways. Marvin Underwood,
all right,
in the state of Colorado, said he was listening to the game.
Neville will take over at their own 25-yard line. Here's the snap to Thomas. He's going to hand the ball off to Hunter.
Man.
And Hunter is leveled in the backfield.
Was that Gleason?
That was Gleason.
Andrew Gleason with a hard hit on Max Hunter. It'll be a loss of 1 at the 24-yard line. So great penetration that time by Gleason. And he made Hunter pay. Colton Harvey also in the backfield. So Thomas will be in the shotgun now with 3 wide receivers and a tight end. Rebels showing pressure. Here's the fake handoff to Hunter. Thomas has room to the outside and is closed up quickly. Only a gain of about 2, maybe 3. Nobi Harris on the tackle on the outside. So great closing speed that time, Jim, by Nobi Harris.
Yeah, he was in the right spot at the right time. He was responsible for not letting the quarterback Thomas get outside, and he met that responsibility.
Thomas has been the leading rusher for the Tigers in every game, and tonight he's been a little bit quiet as the Rebels have been able to contain him in the pocket. 3rd down and 9 for the Tigers at their own 27. Thomas takes the snap. It's a low snap. He's looking to throw, and he won't have time to do it. And that's that's Tanner Zorden on the quarterback sack on the blitz. And so a big 3rd down sack by the Rebels with 4:30 left to go in this third quarter, still leading by 6.
Goodness. And so 2 of the 3 plays of this possession go for negative yardage. And once again, that Rebel defense, I don't think they took it for granted on that possession.
No, it's the you can tell the intensity of this defense has picked up when it's been needed. McCarty back to punt. Here comes pressure. He gets the punt off, and it's a good one.
It's returnable.
Murphy will take it at the 40. He's trying to get to the near side, to
He's
the
there.
45, and there is a huge hit. And a penalty flag will come flying in as Malcolm Moore laid a blind side block on the return. Murphy tried to get to the wall. He did. He got across midfield.
Yeah, but it was because of that block. And I know that it's for the protection of the defender. That's what it's going to be.
That's right.
A personal foul. And really what they're teaching you to do now is maybe use more of your hands. But if Moore doesn't come in there hard, then he's going to make the tackle, the defender that is.
It's really, the call is the correct call. But you don't know what else to tell Malcolm Moore to do to block the guy. I mean,
because if he doesn't come in,
if he doesn't block him, he makes the tackle.
That's right. So I mean, it's like you can't pull his flag.
Right. So it was the correct play, I guess. I mean, that's the only way that Moore can make the block. It's just Seven didn't have his head turned around, and it was just a humongous hit.
Well, he led with his shoulder. He didn't lead with his helmet. He left with his shoulder,
The crowd is not happy. The hit was on Latavion Champ, and he seems to be okay as he ran off the field under his own power. So the Rebels will take over at their own 32. 3:49 left to go in the third quarter. Common will now come under center with 2 tight ends and 1 wide receiver. Here's the snap. He toss sweep to Cameron Wright. He's got running room up the middle, still on his feet. Across the 40, 45, fighting towards midfield. Gain of about 17 yards by Cameron Wright as that big offensive line got a surge. And Cameron showing a little emotion after that run. And the Rebels pick up a Batteries Plus and Bulbs first down.
Yeah, and just great, great ability to stay on his feet and his balance. He looked like he was going to go down at about his own 40-yard line, but he was able to put that arm down and keep his balance and picked up another 9 yards.
2 tight end set. Common will be under center. I formation, takes a snap, toss sweep to right again. He's looking for room. He's got it. He's crossed midfoot, 45-40. Breaks the tackle, 35-30. He's trying to get to the end zone, 15, 10. He's inside the 10, down at about the touchdown. They're going to call it a touchdown. Cameron Wright. He stretched for the goal line. End of the run. And the spark that the Rebels needed out of Cameron Wright out of the 2 tight end set. Puts 6 on the board. A Glassworks touchdown. Cameron Wright.
And Stanley, the folks that aren't here, and even the ones that are, need to watch this again on Tuesday night. This is one of the finer runs that you will ever see by a running back in Cameron Wright.
No question, guys. And a big extra point here. We missed that last one. So the Rebels apparently are going to go for the extra point. Reese Altman's out there to try to bring it to 20-7.
Just a toss sweep.
There's the kick. It's
the
up
kick is
and
good.
It's good, but the referees are going to call it maybe offsides on the Tigers.
But watch this replay. Of course, nobody can see it, but he broke 1 tackle, guys. He broke 2 tackles there. He's running down to the 20, and he's got 2 guys on him, and number 2 tries to gets on his back at the 5. He crosses the plane and stretches out over, touchdown.
Wow. What a run by Cameron Wright. That's just sheer determination, Rick.
Unbelievable. He stretched the ball out as he was being brought down inside the 5 and stretched over the goal line. A beautiful touchdown by Cameron Wright. 3:13 remaining. Rebels up 20-7. And we watch the replay. They're showing the replay over and over on the video board. Beautiful touchdown. The referee, I didn't catch the call, Stanley. The referee is sending the kickoff teams back to the sidelines, and they're going to call for a retry on the kick. So was the penalty on the Rebels?
Well, it must be, because they're going to kick the extra point again, apparently.
The penalty is actually on the Tigers because they moved the ball from the 3 to the 1.5.
I think we're going to go for it here. Go for the 2-point conversion here, guys. Looks like the Rebel offense is coming back on the field.
They had too many men on the field, I think. And so as they were coming off the field, the Neville Tigers, they were across the line of scrimmage on the West Monroe side. So that's the reason for the penalty.
So the score is 19-7 Rebels. And they'll bring the offense back out on the field. The ball is placed half-yard line. They will go for 2 here to try to make it a 14-point ball game. Common will be under center with 2 tight ends. He'll take the snap. He'll run the quarterback sneak, trying to surge forward, and I think he's going to be stopped short. No good. Referee signals no good, so the Rebels come up short on the quarterback sneak. And the score will be 19-7. So the Rebels changed their mind after the extra point. They got the 1.5-yard advantage, tried to turn it into 2 points instead of 1, and it's no good. So 19-7 Rebels lead, 12-point ball game. 3:13 remaining here in the third quarter. Third quarter brought to you by Master Lube Express and Car Wash. Our primetime sponsors tonight: Family Doctors of Nela, Tom Sanders Building Mart, Zaxby's Monroe and West Monroe, Ronnie Ward Toyota of Ruston, and Stryker Orthopedics. Our halftime was brought to you by Raising Cane's and Judge Sharon Marchman for Second Court of Appeal. 3:13 remaining in this third quarter. Rebels leading 19-7. The Copeland scoring drive, 2 plays, 68 yards, capped off by a 51-yard touchdown run by Cameron Wright. Scoring drive brought to you by Copeland's. For the best of New Orleans, where there's always something good. Scoring drive, Jordan Guillo, our statistician, helping us out with the stats and the scoring drives tonight. Carson Jones will kick this ball off, and it'll be taken at about the 2. Hunter to the 10, 15, looking for a seam. He's got 120, 25, bouncing forward. He'll be knocked down at about the 27-yard line. So Max Hunter is a very explosive return man for the Tigers and has given them some advantage that time. Good coverage by the Rebels. Tackle made by Charlie Norman. The Tigers will take over at their own 28 with 3:05 left to go in the third quarter. Rebels leading 19-7. We've got an in-game scoreboard update brought to you by Jim Taylor Chevrolet of Rayville and Jane Ates Boots and Jeans. Ruston now leading West Ouachita 41-14. Ouachita leading Plaquemine 28-14. Calvary leads Sterlington 28-6. OCS 28-14 still over Delhi. Thomas in the shotgun, takes a snap. He's going to hand the ball off to Hunter. No, he's not. He's going to keep it. And he's hit hard. Big Dalvin Hutchinson.
Andrew Gleason, too. I mean, well, he tried to give it, and Gleason was right there. So he said, I've got to keep it because Gleason's going to make the tackle. Gleason left the running back, and he tackled the quarterback. Just an outstanding play by Gleason. And then, as you mentioned, Hutchinson came in there to finish things off.
Big Hutchinson falls on top of Thomas, and Thomas was getting up slow. Second down and 13 for the Tigers. Here comes pressure by the Rebels. Thomas steps up in the pocket, still trying to get outside. There's going to be a holding call called. He throws the ball away, and it's incomplete. The pass was intended for number 13 that time, Butler, as Thomas was scrambling out of the pocket, Jim, and the ref saw the hold, which looks like would maybe either on Zordon or maybe Gleason.
Well, let me just tell you, I don't know if he was scrambling or he was running for his life. I mean, this, as we get the call.
After distance to the goal, the holding call was deep in the backfield.
But this defensive front, and of course, it looked like Colton Harvey. They love bringing him off the edge. He forced the quarterback up into his teammates. And
the hold was on Malcolm Moore.
Man, I mean, you got to give Thomas a lot of credit. I mean, he's had absolutely no time when he's tried to throw the football.
Second down and about almost 30.
They've got to get to the 38-yard line for a first down.
Wow. Yep, the ball is at the 8, so it is second down and 30 for the Tigers. 2:15 remaining in this third quarter, so a dangerous situation for Neville's offense as they're backed up to their own goal line. The ball is at their own 8, and Thomas will be in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers and a tight end. Running back is Hunter in the backfield. Here's the snap. Thomas is looking to throw. He's going to pull it down and run. He's across the 10, tripped up. Nice play that time by Tanner Zordon on the tackle. And he'll get to about the 14-yard line. So gain of 6. Bring up third down and 24 for the Tigers. So taking no chances, Jim. They look to throw in a design quarterback draw for Thomas.
Yeah, and that's just kind of trying to preserve your quarterback there.
3 wide receivers and a tight end. Thomas in the shotgun takes a snap. He's going to look to throw, throws a slip screen. He's got a man at the 15, but he's hit immediately.
Big hit.
And drug down at about the 18-yard line. Tanner Zordon again on the stop. Butler on the reception for the Tigers.
Hey, Stanley, Tanner Zordon, is he having fun or what?
I tell you what, he's having an outstanding game. He read that play perfectly, guys. He saw it, came up, and he and Brooks Miller fighting off that cornerback right there, and just Zanner had the first hit at him, and of course Miller kind of assist on that tackle, but great recognition by Tanner Zordon. Outstanding play tonight.
And Murphy is telling Tanner, hey, no more fair catch signals.
Murphy back deep for the Rebels. Here comes pressure on the punt, but he gets it off. Murphy will take it at about the 46. He's trying to get to the far side for a wall of blockers, and he'll be wrapped up and brought down at about the 46, 47-yard line. Cade McCarty on the punt for the Tigers. As we talk about Tanner Zordon, guys, you remember last week against Noxubee County, Tanner Zordon was ejected in the second half. The referee, after the ball game, went to Coach Arledge and told Coach Arledge he made a mistake, and Zordon shouldn't have been ejected, so they didn't even report it to the LHSAA. And so Zordon is able to compete tonight in this ball game. So we watched the replay several times, and Zordan didn't do anything.
Well, yeah,
so the referee was
done
an honest
to
mistake.
him.
Yeah.
I mean, not only did he not do anything, he kept his cool and shouldn't have got the penalty.
2 tight ends for the Rebels. Common takes a snap. He hands the ball to Pierce. He's across the 35, and that's a quick 13-yard gain by the Rebels down to the Tiger 31. A batteries plus involved first down for the Rebels with 53 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Brought to you by Master Lube Express and Car Wash.
Yeah, just big hole. You know, just running the old give to the fullback. This time the fullback's Caden Pierce in a quick 13-yard scamper.
2 tight ends set for the Rebels. I formation. Common takes a snap. Toss sweep to right to the left side. He's got running room across the 30 down to about the 26-yard line. So a gain of 5 on the first down toss sweep to Cameron Wright. So they run the toss sweep to the short side of the field as whistles blow, and there's a play shaken up.
Yeah, guys, that's offensive lineman T.J. Bush, and T.J.'s been fighting injuries this season. It looks like he's back down again. I hate it for that young man. He came in tonight and been playing well across the offensive line.
So injury timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. Rebels 19, Tigers 7. 18 seconds left to go in this third quarter. We'll be back.
Hello, I'm Stanley Dupuy. You may recognize my voice on the radio, or you may see me on the Rebel playbacks on the sidelines on Friday nights. But what you may not know is that my real job, I work at Dupuy Flooring. If you're ever in the need of any type of flooring, whether it be wood, tile, stone, or carpet, please give us a call. We service just about any type of flooring, whether it be residential, commercial, or industrial. At Dupuy Flooring, we proudly support the West Monroe Rebels.
The Rebels get set for play at the Neville 26, second down and 5. Common under center with 2 tight ends. I formation. Pierce in fullback. Common takes a snap. He's going to run right off tackle. A little quarterback sneak. We saw that earlier in the ball game. A gain of about 3. Bring up third down and 2.
Stanley, help me. You know, you've been around watching the option a long, long time. Is the quarterback supposed to run ahead of the fullback?
Not that I know of, but I tell you what,
it's worked, huh?
Well, I think here, Garrett, what he does is I think he sees that crease in that hole and he just takes it. You know,
he doesn't wait on anything.
He doesn't wait on anything. So I mean, to his advantage, you know, get what you can get is probably his mentality.
Third down and 2 for the Rebels. Common under center takes a snap. He's going to go forward again on the sneak, and he'll get close to the 20-yard line. They'll mark him at the 21. That's right at the first down marker, so it's going to be close.
Yeah, I think he's got it.
Referee signals first down. A batteries plus and bulbs first down for the Rebels at the Tiger 21-yard line. 11:15 left to go in this ball game. The Rebels lead 19-7. 2 missed extra points for the Rebels. They went for 2 after the third touchdown.
Yeah, right now this offensive line just starting to take control of this football game for West Monroe.
2 tight ends again. Common under center takes the snap. He's going to hand the ball off to Pierce.
Did he? I think Common kept it. Who had the ball, Stanley? Common?
Common's got it.
Common kept it on the quarterback keeper.
You know, I thought for a second that Caden looked like he was trying to clamp down on that ball. He wanted that ball.
Fighting
kind of a little fighting on that ball, and you don't want that with a.
The ball actually looked like it came out, guys.
Yeah, it looked like number 50 for the Neville Tigers had a chance for the fumble recovery.
Second down.
Just got it back.
Second down and 7 for the Rebels. Common under center with 2 tight ends. He takes a snap. He runs a toss sweep to right. He's got up to the 15. Had a little bit of running room, but was hit hard at the 15-yard line. That's going to bring up third down and short for the Rebels. Maybe 3 yards to go. So the Rebels stay in the 2 tight end set as they continue just to lean on this line of scrimmage. 10 minutes. Now we're under 10 left to go in this ball game, and a big third down coming in this ball game. Third down and about 3. So the Tiger defense will have to try to hold here to minimize the damage. The Rebels stay in 2 tight ends in an I formation. Common takes the snap, tosses it out to right. He crosses the 15, and he's hit at the 14.
Didn't get there.
He did only got a gain of about 1. So the Rebels come up short on third down to bring up 4th down and 2. And so now it's decision time for head coach Jerry Arledge. And Reese Altman will run onto the field to try the field goal.
Yeah, if you make the field goal here, 2 touchdowns don't beat you unless you get 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. And so I think that's the thinking now.
Reese Altman on to attempt the field goal. It's a 31-yard attempt from the left hash, kicking towards the student section. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. Reese Altman connects on 31-yard field goal, and the Rebels now lead 22-7. It's beautiful kick.
Well, guys, I don't
like somebody was offside.
Neville was offsides, guys. They jumped plain as day, and this guy, this judge right here, just shook his head when we hollered at him that they were offside. This side judge. I mean, clearly they show it back. He had already taken a step. He across the line of scrimmage. Of course, that would have given the Rebels the first down.
Yeah.
Would you take the points off the board, or would you just?
No, I'll take the first down.
Yeah, I'd take the first down too. But of course, now we're up 22-7 with 8:57 left to go in the game, and that's 2 scores and a 2-point conversion to tie the game for Neville.
Rebels leading by 15 with 8:57 left to go in this ball game. Fourth quarter brought to you by Home Improvement Outlet, proud supporters of West Monroe football.
Well, Jim, speaking of people listening, and I keep forgetting to do it, and he always messages me late at night, but Scooter Pleasance listens all the way down from Fairhope, Alabama, every Friday night. And awesome. Scooter, I finally got you, brother.
Fairhope, Alabama, that's a neat play.
That is.
Altman with the squib kick crosses the 40, and it's taken at the 34-yard line, down by number 45 for the Tigers. That's Jackson Landry. Also want to say hi to my Uncle Barron Anderson. He's listening to the ball game. My grandfather Pat Anderson probably sitting over there on the Neville side. He's as Stanley and I talked about before the game, played on the first state championship team of the Neville Tigers. So I know he's not enjoying this one right now. So the Tigers will come out on their most important possession of the ball game. 8:56 left to go. Rebels leading 22-7. Brister now in a quarterback for the Tigers. He takes the snap. He's going to look to throw. Has time. Throws it over the middle, and the pass is batted up and nearly intercepted. Nice coverage that time by Bradley Williams for the Rebels.
Well, I think Coach McCarty knows it's now or never time. He's got to throw the football, and his best option right now is Brister. Thomas doesn't have the arm that Brister has, and he's got tremendous ability to run the football, but they've got to move it down the field quickly.
Second down and 10 for Neville. The ball is at their own 34. Brister in the shotgun. He's going to look to throw. He's got time. He throws the ball, and it's caught at the 40. Hit immediately and driven backwards. They're going to give him forward progress for a gain of about 7. Bring up third down and about 3.5 to go for the Tigers.
A curious Chapman on the reception.
First reception of the night for Chapman.
Yeah, good strike that time by Brister. Had a good clean pocket. He put it on the money.
Trips to the near side for the Tigers. Brister in the shotgun. They're going to look towards the sideline and change the play as they get to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 3 at the Tiger 41-yard line.
Need a first down
Brister
here.
Takes the snap. He drops it, picks it up. He's going to roll out of the pocket and throw. He's got a man. It's incomplete.
What a
bounces
throw.
out of the hands. Intended for number 48, Dorsey. Dorsey's had a couple of big plays on the night. But what a throw by Brister. It was right on the money. He got out of the pocket after dropping the snap and
You can't throw the football any better than that, Stanley. His receiver just got to make that catch at this point in the ball game.
Absolutely. That was a perfect pass by Brister, and great job of rolling out of the pocket. The Tigers are going to go here. 8 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the game. 4th and 4.
4th down at the Tiger 41. Brister will stay in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking to throw. He'll throw it, and it's complete. It'll be enough for the first down. The pass is caught by number 22, Joshua Hopkins. So a nice timing route. Well executed that time by Brister and Hopkins. It'll be a first down for Neville at their own 46-yard line. 7:59 left to go in the ball game.
Yeah, that pass had a little juice on it, Stanley. He got it there in a hurry.
3 wide receivers now for Brister as he looks to the side. Andrew Greeley in the backfield for the Tigers. So Max Hunter not in the ball game right now. Rebels showing pressure, and they'll bring it from the outside. He picks it up. Brister's going to throw the ball down the field, and the pass falls incomplete at the 30, but they're going to get the defender out there for a hold. I believe that's Nobi Harris out there on the coverage, and I believe he grabbed the receiver as he was getting by him, guys.
Yeah, but just a good job. It was either Harris or the safety. It was Nobi Harris. Both the receivers, the outside receiver and the slot receiver to the Neville side of the field, ran a little stop and go, a little double move, and I think they both got held on the play. So good job by Brister to throw it in that area to draw attention to it to get the flag.
Nice pass under pressure by Brister. The ball now is at the West Monroe 44. Brister takes a snap, fakes the handoff. He steps up in the pocket, throws it across the middle, and it's caught.
Wow.
Nice throw and catch. That time by the Tigers, number 48, Derek Dorsey on the reception, and well-executed pass.
Well, yeah, it was a great pass and a great catch. Dorsey caught it, and he got rocked after he caught it.
He sure did.
That was a tougher catch than the one he missed on 3rd down.
Brister also took a shot after he let go of the football. So the Tigers are on the move. The ball is at the West Monroe 29. Brister in the shotgun. He's going to look to throw. He's got time. Scrambles out of the pocket, throws it over the middle, and it's complete. Nice catch that time by number 13, Butler. And he'll get down to the Rebel 15-yard line. So the Tigers are in the red zone. 7:07 remaining in the ball game. Yep. West Monroe leading by 15, 22-7.
Yeah, Brister is absolutely on fire.
Well thrown football again by number 12, Brister. He's in the shotgun. Now he's going to look to the sideline to change the play. Andrew Brister has come in and given life to this Tiger offense. Here's the snap. He's going to look to throw. Steps up, throws it towards the end zone, and nobody there. Looked like a miscommunication or a bad route. Brister got hit as he's getting off the turf. I believe that's Andrew Gleason who brought the pressure that time and got to Brister. And Brister just had to let the ball go to the back of the end zone.
Well, sometimes you have to live for another day, and Brister didn't see anybody open, felt the pressure, threw that one away. Wise
choice. He took a shot from Andrew Gleason. 2nd down and 10 for Brister and the Tigers. 3 wide receivers and a tight end. They have not gone to number 85 yet. That's Mitchell. They like to go to the tight end.
Kelly Riley listening in South Lake, Texas.
Oh, wow. Rebels showing pressure. Here they come. Brister trying to get the pass off, and he can't do it. Luke Bell on the quarterback sack along with Tanner Zorden all the way back to the Rebel 30. They're going to give him forward progress actually at about the 26 as soon as Bell grabbed him. Bell grabbed him, but Brister kept trying to
that play may be the play of the game, Rick. That
Absolutely.
was a
huge play.
Huge sack because Brister was getting rid of the ball before he was taking the hit, but that time Bell came in unexpectedly so quickly, Brister didn't have a chance to even get rid of it.
3rd down now and about 19 for the Tigers. The ball's at the 26. Brister's going to take the snap. He's under pressure again, and he won't get away. Tanner Zorden and Andrew Gleason on the pressure, and the Rebels dial up the heat. And Brister was unable to get away from the grip of Zorden.
And Brister knows that he's got to throw the football, folks, but he can't even cock his arm back and release it because of the pressure and how quickly it got upon him.
West Monroe leading 22-7, and it's 4th down and very long, about 30 yards. The ball is spotted at the West Monroe 35. The line to gain is the 8. So a long way to go. 27 yards for the Tigers as they call timeout.
Hydration timeout, huh? Oh.
That's right. 5:44 left to go in the ballgame. 4th quarter brought to you by Home Improvement Outlet. Proud supporters of West Monroe football. We got a final out at West Ouachita. Scoreboard update brought to you by Jim Taylor Chevrolet of Rayville and J&H Boots and Jeans. Ruston defeats West Ouachita 48-21. Ouachita now up big against Plaquemine 35-14. That's in the 4th. Calvary leading Sterlington 28-6, and OCS is all over Delhi 35-14. Ash leads Gina 45-12.
Well, here it goes.
4th down and 27. It's an empty backfield for the Tigers. One tight end. Brister's going to step up. He's just going to heave this one down up for grabs in the end zone, and it is caught. What a catch as Brister just threw the ball up for grabs. That's number 13, Butler. Butler was the one who caught the touchdown at the end of the first half. So a 4th down and 27. Brister throws a ball up for grabs into the end zone, and what a catch.
That's the second incredible highlight reel catch by Butler. And look, give credit to Brister. He was under intense pressure again, and he gave his receiver a chance, and that's all you can ask.
Neville's going to take a timeout as it looks like they're going to go for 2. So 22-13 Rebels, 5:29 left to go in this ball game as Brister let that ball go at about the 43-yard line. He threw it up, and as Butler was falling to the ground, the ball landed in his lap and made an outstanding catch.
He did. He certainly did. But the ball was underthrown.
Yes.
And so the receiver made the adjustment. He slowed down. The defender kept running, creating the separation. And then somehow, as he was going down, able to make the play and stay in bounds. What a turn of events on 4th down. And what did you say? 28? 27, 4th and 27. You know, I remember that 4th and 27, being an old Green Bay Packer fan. We gave up a few of those.
So the Tigers will actually come on for the extra point. They're down by 9. That's Brister to hold for the kick. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up and nearly blocked, but it is good. So the Tigers, the extra point made by Gordon Wilson. So the Tigers are within 8. There's 5:29 left to go in the ball game. West Monroe leading 22-14.
For over 25 years, Car Wash West has been providing customers with superior service. Car Wash West is the only Castrol Premium Lube Express in North Louisiana. Our certified lube techs have the knowledge and expertise to provide great professional care for your car. Every oil change comes with a free car wash to keep your car looking its best. Car Wash West provides added convenience. Enjoy breakfast with a gourmet coffee or grab lunch while you wait in our retro cafe. Car Wash West, where we not only take care of your car, we take care of
The Graduate Shop has been serving Northeast Louisiana schools for over 50 years. We provide the highest quality class rings, letter jackets, graduation announcements and accessories, as well as caps and gowns. The Graduate Shop enjoys celebrating special recognitions with our schools, especially when they win a state championship ring. We strive to provide the best service to our schools and families as they capture these special memories. The Graduate Shop, serving our community with quality graduation products.
Kilpatrick's provides guidance to create meaningful ceremonies to honor the life of your loved one. You'll receive exactly what you selected. Others may offer you one thing and provide another. Your family's interest is our first priority. We offer individualized services to fit any need. Kilpatrick's provides service, facilities, and prices second to none. Kilpatrick Serenity Gardens offers many beautiful settings.
Choose wisely.
Choose Kilpatrick's.
So an outstanding drive, and what a throw and catch on 4th down and 27. So Brister was sacked a couple of times. It looked like just a really difficult situation for the Tigers, and they turned it into an outstanding effort.
Much like they did at the end of the first half.
Exactly right.
Somehow they came up with a play or two to get back in the game, and now this big drive, that big play, and they're in it again.
Here's the kickoff. It'll go over Hamburg's
but he's still in the field
of
play.
He's going to have to pick it up unless it gets to the end zone, and it does. Wow, a risky move by Hamburg as the ball almost died at the 1 yard line.
And had it died,
Neville could have recovered that football. So I don't think Hamburg was aware of what was happening. Nonetheless, the ball goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and the Rebels will take over at their own 20. 5:29 left to go in the ball game. Fourth quarter brought to you by Home Improvement Outlet.
Well, if we ever need a 5-minute drive and score a touchdown, this is a good time to do it right here.
Yeah, you actually don't need points. If you just run off the 5 minutes, you can win this ball game. But, yeah, that's going to be a tough task because I don't think the Rebels are going to throw it.
The Rebels will be in 2 tight ends with an I formation. Common under center takes the snap, going to toss to right, out to the left side. Not much as he'll get to about the 22. They'll give him 2 yards on the carry on the toss sweep, and the Tigers had a lot of guys in the box. They knew when this 2 tight end set was coming. They brought the house.
Yeah, they're selling out against the run, Rick. You're exactly right. So, you know, maybe the Rebels can break a tackle or find a little seam, and if they do,
that's right. It could be a big play.
It'll be 6 points.
Less than 5 minutes to go. 4:58 and counting in the ball game. 2-14. Common under center in the I formation. 2 tight ends, takes the snap. He's going to hand the ball to Pierce. Pierce doesn't get much. He gets maybe 1 yard, and the Tiger defense is fired up. It's 3rd down and about 8.
Now what do you do?
For the Rebels, and the clock is still running. 4.5 minutes left to go in the ball game.
I like to play action. I like to give Common a rollout and give him a chance to maybe hit Worley or somebody just to get enough to get the first down.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if
Worley's not in the game. You know, the only guy you're going to hit right now is you got one wide receiver, Holloway, and maybe the tight end, Rylan Green.
The Rebels stay with 2 tight ends. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Common under center will take the snap, toss sweep to Cameron Wright to the right side. He's trying to get outside. He does. 25-30. He's got the first down and more. He's still on the sideline. They're going to say he stepped out at the 36. But that's a batteries plus first down and a very, very timely first down for the Rebels. Cameron Wright sparking this offense once again.
Well, I tell you what, it's 3rd down and 8. And you just simply run the toss sweep. And I think on the edge out there was Caden Pierce with the block that allowed him to get to the edge.
Outstanding block to seal it.
Caden Pierce he gives it up each and every play.
1st and 10 for the Rebels at their own 36. Common takes the snap. He's going to run that quarterback sneak play. He slips out. Midfield, 45-40. It's a foot race to the 25, and he's caught at the 20-yard line. Garrett Common on the quarterback sneak play that we've seen most of the night, where he takes a snap and he just falls forward. And he slipped out of the pile of bodies. And Garrett Common gets the ball down to the 20.
Yeah, it looked like he was going down after about a gain or two, a yard or two, and then all of a sudden finds a crease, accelerates. And we talked about that big play. If you can find that crease, it's going to be a big play.
That's right. Nobody in the secondary to make the tackle. He was run down. Ball at the 20, toss sweep to Cameron Wright. He's trying to get to the outside, back to the line of scrimmage, still bouncing off guys, down to the 16-yard line. Gain of 4 yards as Cameron Wright turns up the heat, and he's running hard, guys.
Man, he's just breaking tackle after tackle, Stanley.
That's exactly right. And the good thing is it keeps that old clock rolling. By the time the Rebels snap this ball, we're going to be under 3 minutes to go in the game, and we just need to keep that offensive line moving the football and hold on to the football, and let's get a touchdown here.
Yeah, how big was that 3rd down and 8? Just an old toss sweep.
Unbelievable. Cameron Wright was able to get to the edge on the 3rd down conversion. It's now 2nd down and 8 for the Rebels. Common under center with 2 tight ends. He takes the snap, tosses it out to Wright. Wright still fighting forward. He'll get past the line of scrimmage, gain of about 2. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5. The line to gain is the 10-yard line for the Rebels, and it's going to be spotted at the 15.
Well, the Tigers have to hold here. They can't give up many more first downs, and I think they've got to make a stop here on third down.
The clock says 2:18 and counting. The play clock still shows 16 seconds. Common with the cadence, and the Tigers will jump offside.
Hey, Stanley, they didn't miss it that time.
No, they didn't. They didn't. He was clearly a cross sale. That ought to be a first down, guys.
Yeah, that might do it. And the Rebels were not getting ready to run the play.
No.
That's Common goes up to the center, acts like he's going to run a play, and all he's wanting to do is get out from under center and see what play he needs to call from the sideline. And as he was doing that, the Tigers jumped into the gap.
So the Tigers were selling out, and they jumped off sides, and now the referees, it just really depends, guys. It was 3rd and 5.
Control the defense. 5-yard penalty.
Still should be first down.
First down for the Rebels. Batteries plus first down. The referee first signaled third down, and he changed his mind.
Guys, I run Cam right here all 4 downs.
First down and goal from the 10. 2 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, well, Garrett Common's not a bad option either.
Garrett Common and the offense is just looking at the play clock as it's down to 10. 1:55 remaining, and they'll get to the line of scrimmage. Common under center, takes a snap. He's just going to run the quarterback sneak forward. He's going to cross the 5 down to the 4 as they continue to move this line of scrimmage forward. And here comes penalty flags.
About 3 of them. A lot of
penalty flags flying
activity
everywhere.
This is the rivalry part of the game now. These guys want it so bad, so much, that starting to get out of hand just a little bit.
The penalty flag is going to be on.
We have fouls on both teams. Unsportsmanlike. Number 15, Neville. Unsportsmanlike on number 8, West Monroe. Those penalties are offset. Second down.
So it'll be second down from the 4, offsetting penalties.
But you've got to think right here, guys, if West Monroe were to get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that wasn't an offsetting foul, they get moved back 15 yards, clock stops, Neville's got 2 timeouts, and they can stop you from scoring, and then you've got to risk a field goal. So really you've got to keep your head.
That's right.
Even though things look awfully good.
A field goal can pretty much put this game away. Neville took a timeout on the field. They just announced it on the field. We were wondering because both teams are at their respective sidelines. But the ball is at the 4, and it's going to be second down and goal for the Rebels. So any kind of points here by the Rebels could ice the game. They're up by 8, 22-14 with 1:40 remaining. Fourth quarter is brought to you by Home Improvement Outlet.
Well, you know the Rebels want to score, and they want to score a touchdown. I mean, they want to put an exclamation mark on this game.
Visit your Max today.
The Rebels will take their time getting to the line of scrimmage. Second down and goal as they're facing the student section at the east end of the field. Common will get under center with 2 tight ends. And he calls the cadence again, and the Tigers jump again. The same thing as Common came to the line, and he called a cadence, and then he looks to the sideline to change the play, and the Tigers jump again. Half the distance to the goal, and the ball's now spotted at the 2. Second down and goal. 1 minute, 40 seconds left to play in this ball game. 2 tight ends and an I formation for the Rebels.
This may be Common all the way.
Common under center. Takes a snap, runs a quarterback seat, and he's pushing, trying to get over the goal line, and there's the signal. Touchdown, Garrett Common. And just the sheer effort, will, and drive of this Rebel offense shows up, guys, on a big third down conversion by Cameron Wright, and Garrett Common caps it off with a 2-yard quarterback sneak across the goal line. 28-14 Rebels.
Yeah, I think that really took some of the wind out of the Tigers' sails. I mean, they had all the momentum. It was third down and 8 or 9. And all the Rebels, did was run the old tall sweep. Cameron Wright got to the edge with a great block by his tight end, Rylan Green, and the up man, Caden Pierce. And next thing you know, the Rebels score.
Reese Altman on for the extra point. It's up, and it is good. The Glassworks touchdown by Garrett Common. And the extra point by Reese Altman makes this score 29-14 as the crowds start heading for the exits. 1:36 left to go in the ball game. Fourth quarter brought to you by Home Improvement Outlet. So guys, the game looked like it could go either way for a second there. The Tigers pull within 8, and they look like they have the Rebels pinned down at about their own 22-yard line. And on a 3rd down and 8, Cameron Wright gets across the line to gain for the first down. And that ended up being the difference.
Yeah, and I think we're having a little technical difficulty with Stanley. Don't know if we can go down to him, and we'll try to get him another mic as soon as we can. But you're right, Rick. I mean, it looked like this game was going to turn, and the Tigers were going to have an opportunity to get back in this ball game by getting the football. Instead, when they convert there, they go on and finish an 8-play, 80-yard
Can you hear me now?
drive. We can, Stanley.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
We got you, Stanley. And here's the squib kick. Bouncing, and Neville will recover it at the 45. It really went the distance of about an onside kick. So the Neville Tigers will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, so great field position for the Neville Tigers. The only problem is they're down by 2 scores and a 2-point conversion, and they don't have but a minute 36 to go.
1:36 left to go in this ball game. A scoring drive brought to you by Copeland's. Rebel defense will be able to pin their ears back now on Brister as he's in at quarterback for the Tigers. 4 wide receivers. Greeley, the running back. Brister's going to look to throw. He looks to his right. He throws it out towards the sideline, and it's complete. Number 13 once again. That's Butler. Butler's had a heck of a night.
Oh, has he
ever. A couple of big touchdown catches for the Tigers.
Has he ever.
Following the game, there'll be a
2nd down and 2 for the Tigers. 1:32 remaining as Butler was able to get out of bounds.
And Brister looks sharp as well.
He does. Very accurate passer as he's dropping back to throw now. Throws it across the middle, and it's caught. Number 84, Tanner Staten, he's tackled immediately. But it will be a first down for the Tigers.
Yeah, the thing, you know, we're not surprised that Brister has a rocket for an arm. I mean, he's a lot. I mean, he is Bubby Brister's son.
That's right.
But his presence and his poise in the pocket with all this pressure is what's impressed me.
4 wide receivers for the Tigers. Brister drops the snap, picks it up. He's still looking to throw, and he gets hammered. Absolutely just smoked in the backfield. Dontrell Cobbs and Ethan Swanner back there as Brister's slow to get up. He threw the ball across the middle. It was incomplete.
Yeah, he still almost completed it.
Wow.
Too.
A lot of courage by Brister standing in that pocket, taking a shot like that. The Rebels are rushing 3 guys now. They'll drop 8 in coverage. Brister drops back to throw. Throws it out to the right side, and it's dropped. That time, Butler was unable to hang on to the football.
Yeah,
passes drop at about the 30.
He proved himself human. Butler, it was a little bit of a low throw, but catchable nonetheless. And, you know, with the outstanding catches he has made, I guess you got to give him one there.
1 minute, 6 seconds left to play in the ball game. Rebels leading 29-14. 3rd down and 10 for the Tigers at the West Monroe 42. Brister in the shotgun. He's going to look to throw. He'll throw it out. And it's complete, but he's tackled immediately. Gain of about 5.
That's Dorsey.
Pass complete to Dorsey. And so it's going to bring up 4th down and 5 with 54 seconds and running.
But they've got to get, 6 yards here to have any chance or to keep their hopes alive.
4 wide receivers for Brister. He'll stay in the shotgun. Greeley in the backfield. We haven't seen Max Hunter. Brister looking to throw. Scrambles. He throws it. He's got a cut. He's got a catch. Pass is complete at the 25-yard line. Number 17, Marcurius Chapman.
And Brister
on
with
the reception.
Yeah, with another strike, and he got nailed again. This time by Andrew Gleason. He threw the receiver open. I don't know how he did that.
Ball at the 25. Brister will look to throw. Throws it out to the right side. Slip screen to Buster. He's got to the 20 to the 15. He's still fighting forward for yardage. He'll get to about the 12. And so the Tigers at the West Monroe 12-yard line. The pass was caught by Butler. And now the Tigers have an opportunity to score. There's 18 seconds left to go and running. 1 timeout left for Neville. Brister's in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap. He's looking to throw. He'll throw it over the middle. He's got a man, Dorsey, and he's upended. Flipped up over by Bradley Williams, and he's down at the 3. Neville's going to take their last timeout. There's 4 seconds left to go in this ball game. So the ball game is pretty much over.
But the Tigers they want points.
They want points.
They're not giving up. Stanley,
I'm back on. Guys, they're going to try to score here. This is this big rivalry we're talking about. Even though the game's over, West Monroe's going to win. Neville's going to try to get a touchdown here, and why not? I mean, why not? I'd do the same thing if I was Mickey McCarty,
Well, I can tell you what, they're going to give the players of the game for each team, and I don't know, it's either Brister or the receiver Butler for the Neville Tigers, and it's probably a close third for number 92, Camion Franklin.
Yeah.
But for the Rebels, I mean, we've got lots of options. You've got Coleman, you've got Cameron Wright, and you've got Gleason.
That's right.
You've got your man Swanner. So, folks, we got to be thinking, we've got to be thinking about our players of the game, too.
And a special teams player.
Well, I like our punter tonight.
I agree. I was just fixing to say that. I like our punter tonight.
Brister in the shotgun with 5 wide receivers, 4 seconds left to go. Here's the snap. He's going to throw the ball corner of the end zone for Max Hunter, and the ball is incomplete, but a flag. It looked like good coverage by Colton Harvey in the corner of the end zone, and there's Max Hunter. We haven't seen Max Hunter much here in the second half, but the Tigers will get another chance at points. And they'll call pass interference and actually give them a first down.
One untimed play.
One untimed down.
So the ball game is over.
But for this play,
you got one untimed down. Brister, after his first series, was 11 for 16, 124 yards, and a touchdown.
That's impressive.
Butler, 8 receptions, 107 yards, and 2 scores.
Most valuable players. Those two guys have really stepped up tonight for Neville.
Brister in the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Max Hunter in the backfield. He takes the snap, he looks, throws it over the middle, and the pass is batted at the line of scrimmage. Dalvin Hutchinson with the deflection, and that'll do it. Your final score. West Monroe 29, Neville